Hello everybody, welcome back to Jaraci Cup 7. Continuing the coverage of Group B, this is the last game that we have played so far. Cookies and... who is it? Kaushmowith? No, because we just cast that. My gosh, I can't remember who these guys are. I don't know, but there are two games that need to be played with Captain Pink. Oh, A game is leaving, alas. Well, I'll see you later. Anyway, this is the last game that we have so far. And it is going to be between myself and Cookies, as you can see, who's in the chat. Always a fun task to cast yourself, but anyway, let's read the info.txt. It's going to be Galzian pick for me first, and Cookies picks Conf. I go for the shallows. Just trying to mix it up a little bit here, go for the macro map. I'm not going to rail rush or anything. I really just want to go greedy for once. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Cookies here, having retired his base burn, it looks like he wants to go for some kind of early aggro. Second PC on the way. And refiner mode started at a very early time for me, as you can see. But we do have skimmer fab done and a couple of them being produced by Cookies right now. So yeah, he definitely wants to be the aggressor in this game. See if he can delay me just kind of for free getting up onto these bases. Scanner comes out in this location to try and get an advanced warning if people are moving toward me. Although I probably should have put it like here so that I could catch the base, but that's whatever. That might not have been... yeah, that's not his first base anyway, so it maybe is a bit academic. I wonder how well you could hide your second base by putting it here on this map. Ooh. Anyway, that might not really be a factor though, because this map is not going to be in the next tournament. We're replacing it with a new layout where the carrier spawns here and here. And then the bases are and the artifact spawns stay the same. So that's what we're going to be playing. Oh, and the extraction zone are over here and here. So you'll want to watch out for that in JC8. We're going to be playing with a new layout. But oh dear, I'm quite late on flipping my carrier my PC here. But I do have Sand Skimmer tech, so I'm not playing it that greedy as you can see. I am going to build a little bit of a defensive force. Definitely not as many as Cookies has got, though. He's going to have a lot of Sand Skimmers here. So, but the thing is, units that aren't fighting aren't really doing anything, right? So, it is not yet available. I have it on like a paste bin / layout thing. So, like, I could find what the name of it is, but it's, I don't know, it takes a while. Or it takes a while? What am I talking about? Yeah, it takes a while to type it in, but, like, I don't know what it is. That just makes it easier for you to develop it, because I don't have actually permissions to push to the repository on GitHub. So I just used the paste bin feature. Makes it a lot faster to edit the map. It's not done yet either. I only have the carrier spawns and then the first base set up. The artifacts are staying the same, so that's pretty easy for me. But I also need to move the extraction zones and whatever, so... it involves trigonometry if you want to get them mathematically equal. And I ran into a problem where one of the rotations is different than the other one, so it's a little bit difficult for me, because the map is not actually symmetrical in that axis. Enough words, you get what I mean. I came over here and I was like, what the crap? Like, that's so many skimmers. This is like 13? Oh my gosh. So I started taking into a soul chip fab then, power 1 on the way for me. I wasn't too worried though, because this is just coming out a little bit too late, I think. I also have this artifact, which means we're going to have the trifecta of Galzian... no, because with power 1... we're actually going to have 2 in weapons, which is really nice for us. And we've got a bit of a carrier block set up as well. Going to want to power down the movement and put up into weapons here. Right? Come on, Bozo. Come on, you can do it! Ah! What am I doing? That's a mistake for sure, but whatever. What's the follow-up, though? He's actually starting to float here, and he's not really building anything. So they get up here onto the production cruiser all on juicy salvager depth pack hits. Look at that. It gets them all low. And this PC we can just retire if we need to. In fact, yeah, I think I will do that. Just because, like, clearly, if I hold off this push, he doesn't have any follow-up. So there it goes. I might have been able to keep that one, though, actually, now that I think about it. Maybe the retire was unnecessary. But another PC is coming out anyway, so it's probably not going to matter. And ref mode finally now on the way for Cookies, but he has been floating quite a bit, so this is going to slow him down. So despite the damage he gets from the early attack, which probably could have been mitigated if I would have allocated power correctly, Cookies is actually kind of okay here. Or, sorry, I'm kind of okay here. Cookies is not okay here. I'm gonna get up to eco before he is. So here's that first PC, and then I have a second one queued up already. And because ref mode isn't done for him, I'm on 2 base and he's not, so I can build a couple of assault ships, just be safe. If there is another skimmer follow-up, and I will be just fine. Skimmer armor 1 tech for that, I like that. Because that obviously facilitated him, you know, getting in there. Otherwise, if he didn't get that production cruiser to, like, force the retire, he was, like, dead for sure. That would have been really, really bad. Check the units lost tab, though. It tells the whole story, doesn't it? So... yeah, it looks like we're gonna hit 3 base at, like, similar timings here. I have the tech advantage, too, though. He's just now starting to tech into rails. Is this carrier moving out across the field right now? I feel like you can't do that with no artifacts, no power, right? Because my carrier would just beat his, but... maybe. I mean, to be fair, I don't have rail fab. I mean, that's definitely for sure. But he doesn't have any powers or his teching here, so that seems a little bit unlikely to me. Oh, nice cruise missile there. You're gonna facilitate a good fight between these skims here. Now I'm checking rail fab though. Obviously, that's because I saw the cruise missiles. Actually, now that I think about it, that might not be worth it because he kind of revealed. You can see the scanner here is trying to check to see where that carrier is, but it's not pushing. So, gonna feel okay about that. This base runner probably dead. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any way to save him. Down he goes. But you can see these scanners give me such good vision on his fourth. I know he's not going macro. On his, you know, approach route, I know he's not carrier rushing. I feel really comfortable to just keep teching without, you know, going into rails, which I did in fact cancel. And now we have another base runner being produced here as Cookies goes for his 3rd PC. But I'm looking to slow him down with interceptors now. And there are quite a lot of assault rails being produced here. As well, he's teching into missile ships blind. That's good for him, because obviously he did see the assault ship tech here, so he knows that air is a possibility, and indeed it is coming. Armor 3 coming out for me as well. I really want to keep these guys as healthy as possible if they're going to be fighting against these skims, but it's really good against assault rails too. And I don't know what his tech is, right? I don't know what he's got coming because I haven't seen anything yet. So this is probably just a good play for me. He picks up that scanner. He picked off this one as well on the way out. So he's doing a good job of clearing out all of this vision. Skims have a lot more vision range than they do in vanilla, don't they? Classic Bozo getting fleet capped. You wouldn't have it any other way, but I actually that was kind of perfectly timed. So, uh-oh, these guys probably gonna die here. I'm just gonna try to see if I can trade them out for damage, but almost. But you know what they say? Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Neither of these. Oh yeah, maybe. That could be it. I don't know how close they were, though. I think the radius on that is pretty small. And Cookies actually is taking into honor guards as I'm taking into siege, so we're kind of moving into that cruiser stage of the game. The submarine unit probably just wants to back away. I mean, that's a lot, you know. This is such an underrated ability. In fact, A-Game was playing around with having it come off of the base runner as well, and then it was just like way too powerful, so... Nice. Unfortunately, he's moving out without the missile ships in tow here. So if I see him, I'm probably going to back off. But if I catch this, this is juicy. Oh. Yeah, boy. Alright, here we go. I just want to make sure I micro and keep them from flying over the missile ships where they may die. And I have Siege Cruiser Fab done, so it's being produced now. Honor Guard Cruiser Fab just now being finished. This guy's dead, actually. No, he's not. He's still live. A little bit of bad target priority there, but This is a risky dive as well. Yeah, he's gonna die. Oh, this guy's gonna die too. Oh. Oh, he's gonna make it. He's gonna land on the carrier. Oh, not quite. Close though. You can see he was almost there. Yeah, unfortunate to lose those two, but Siege Cruiser range upgrade getting teched by me immediately. I'm gonna want to have that as fast as I can. There's a lot of assault rails here, right? So, you think the pilot lived? Nah. No shoot. No shoot. Too hot on Karak, right? I think if you land in the desert, you're pretty much just dead anyway. Oh yeah, you remember this one, right? So Siege Cruisers, of course, have been reworked from how they were previously. I don't have the auto-fire off, so I'm actually okay with this getting revealed. But I'm just kind of gearing up for a defense here using skimmers, assault ships, and siege. Obviously, if I can land some good barrages on these assault rails, I'll probably be okay. Range upgrade is done now, so I can shoot. Oh! Nice. But there's anti-air here. That's what's good about this. He's not gonna die to, he's not gonna die to air. Precision bomber tech, yeah, that's actually maybe a good call. It's gonna have to be after this push though, right? Double barrage comes out here. Oh, you mean precision barrage to counter the siege? Ah, I see. Yeah, this is just dangerous moving through a choke like this. He's able to get one salvager, but just really getting chunked here. I like the barrage to try and stop me from getting through. But that's really, really painful. And then the assault ships are here to block the sand skimmers. That's a really good engage for me. And now I'm going to build another PC. Probably that means I'm going to mobilize the carrier. Yeah, looks like I'm going to come out on this flank, though. Yeah, it's annoying. They have, like, a visual bug where, like, some of them will render, but not others. Like, you'll see here all four of them are on, but in other barrages, sometimes they won't be. Wow, they took a long time to shoot. It should be said the auto-fire on Galician Siege is much, much worse than Coalition Siege. Although I believe that was buffed in this patch as well, but it still definitely is not as powerful. In fact, I'm looking it up right now. It still has 2 packets, does 200 damage. Reload time of 10,000 milliseconds. So, I mean, it's really bad. So, like, the auto-fire on Galician Siege is not really what you're worried about, right? It's mostly just that, barrage, which is a long cooldown. So, if you can bait the barrage out, you'll be okay. That and EMP, which was buffed in the recent patch, and I'm going to be taking to that now. Honor Guard is on the way now. The first Honor Guard, no, second Honor Guard, it looks like, for Cookies. He already has one here. And quite a lot of railguns. But again, railguns are very fragile units, so you need to be careful. Fragile and expensive, that's a good combo for any kind of siege. That's exactly what they want to be up against. He wants to stop that base runner, but I'm going to go for a bit of a trade here. If he's going to pull his army that way, I'm going to see if I can get a wedge in on this side and do some damage to him. This is why we don't like the current shallows, though. It tends to favor the base trade here. I thought he had drifted a bit far out away from his anti-air here, but it looks like we are going to get dunked. And then I gave him a dock order, and I was like, oh wait. Carrier's over here, so that's going to be a death sentence. So all the interceptors go down. Big throw from me there. Soul Trip Fab teching now for Cookies. 4 siege cruisers are here. Now their direct fire is not great, but it will hurt carriers at least. Well, actually, it won't hurt carriers very much. The big thing then is that my carrier can hurt his here. We're definitely going for a bit of a base trade though, because obviously I have a lot of skims here. No ups though, and he has the assault rails. I'm not going to be able to push on this. So this is a bit of a base trade scenario. In fact, I should commit and just go in on his bases here, but instead I'm backing away. He's backing away too, so I don't know why we're doing that, but I'm just going to go ahead and tech to rails then and decide I need that to finish the game off. But if it does come to a barrage here, I'm ready. I'm in range. And he's going to push back on me. Here come 3 barrages. They're all on the heavy rails there, but... The skims, though, trying to trade before the assault rails have really done damage. They're not going to get much done that way. There is an honor guard, though, so I do have to, you know, stay a little bit honest there. And good damage done by the siege there. Check the units lost tab. A bit more even than I thought it would be, but it's still definitely favoring me. Still, though, I really can't fight this honor guard here, so this is going to cause me to back away. Power 5 on the way for me, though. That's obviously going to be a good look. Couple of heavy rails getting produced now. Obviously, the idea is to get them on this high ground where they can block the honor guard, but a really good shot there from the kind of honor guard cruiser. Gonna chunk those guys down really low. Now I've got EMP. I haven't used it yet, but I don't think I'm really in range. Okay, there it is. It's gonna catch this honor guard, and maybe the skims can kill it now. That's huge, actually. Honor guard is just locked down. He's out of position. Skims come in. Wow, you don't often see skims killing an honor guard. Big flank on this side, though, so we'll have to keep eyes on that. One of the siege cruisers getting low here. Power 5 is done, though. And that means, obviously, I have access to that missile barrage. And I'm floating quite a lot, too, so, I mean, I could be a bit more aggressive with building, like, railguns, right? Indeed, that is what I'm going to be doing. Building well, skims actually, I guess is what I need now. Building railguns will kill a float instantly. Oh. Oh. Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying, right? Like, Siege is so good against expensive, fragile units. That's exactly what it wants to fight. And that is a chunky freaking hit. Base runner is there for the heal as well. I love that. And that's gotta hurt. We didn't even commit the barrage to that, so we have that ready to go on the carrier here. Meanwhile, Cookie's teching actually the interceptors. That's kind of interesting, but... He should really be getting more power observes too, because now it's time for me to push, and he really needs to hold me off with this carrier, so... Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Did you know Siege actually has anti-air, but it's like terrible anti-air. It's like it can kill a probe in I think like 50 shots or something like that. It's like ridiculous. Oh, that's what I should do in the joke patch. Is I should make that be the weapon that does like the most damage on the. Oh yeah, because then it'll actually even visually look like they're shooting. Nice. This is a bit of an odd tech distribution or power distribution I've got here. Range calibration teching for me, actually. And of course, I feel pretty okay being blobbed like this because I know that I have not only the numbers, but also I've got the, whoa. He doesn't have siege, so there's no AoE really coming at me. Ow. Ow, man, look at that. Siege EMP, pretty tasty. Oh, and I even missed the missile barrage, but look at the damage on that as well. It's pretty good. Range calibration is done, so I can certainly chase down here if I just get a bit of vision. That's a whole bunch of high ground rails. But we need more vision. Obviously, these assault ships are going to die before long. But it's okay to throw the skims to get vision on this carrier, because obviously, if I kill the carrier, the game ends, so... There you go. In fact, they didn't even have to die in the end. And that's gonna be game one for me. Pretty interesting one, actually, because it was on the shallows, but... Always fun when you can pull off a PC retire and actually make it look good. It's not very common. Let's move on to game two. Yeah. Definitely. But, like, Barrage is just so dangerous against railguns, right? Because really, really expensive units, if you can just pick a couple of them off with that barrage, like, you always end up behind. So it's difficult. Difficult to fight against Siege, for sure. Game 2 is going to be on the Boneyard, Cookie's picking Con F, and I'm going to think about it for a bit and then decide to pick Coalition. I was thinking, you know, like, I've played Galzian so many games this tournament already. Let's do something different for once. I was thinking maybe Con F, but I settled on Coalition. Cookie's picked the Boneyard. He got a pretty good spawn, I would say. So he's going to look to do a bit of an early game rush. As for me, I just want to go SC first. I think I had this distribution, right? Yeah, look at that. Oh. Perfect freaking quick drop. Tasty, tasty. Anyway, so Cookie's getting Sandscaper Fed first. He's probably going to move out with this PC. Don't know what the tech is going to be yet, though. If I remember correctly, he goes like assault ships in this game. Yeah, okay. Oh, and he techs it first. That's really good. That's how you're supposed to do this build order. You can actually have it faster if you don't build any salvagers, but obviously it's debatable whether that's even good on, like, against Coalition. And this support cruiser going to come out for me. And I'll move up onto my second base, probe deploying after LA VFAB. This is all pretty standard.
Support cruiser now operational. We're cleared to move. Cruiser ready. Location marked.
And if you've been paying attention, spoilers for the other games that I played, so, you know, watch those first. Obviously, I am actually undefeated in groups so far, so naturally I've got a very powerful impetus to win this game. Of course, I don't care that much, that's why I picked Coalition instead of Galzian, but yeah, you know, you're gonna see me freaking tryharding here. Definitely, I make a mistake here losing this probe, though. If the probe can scout the tech, I'll be really, really happy. Because then, obviously, like right now I'm thinking, okay, so probably you want to go carry production, get rails, whatever. Set up a turret on the main, so leave the base printer there. Again, this is why I'm always telling people, don't move that base printer out until you know it's safe to do it. This is so valuable to have a turret ready to set down on the main. But, what? I tech into AV fab? Well, there's your problem. I actually, like, I've played so many games on the other end of this that I know that this is a bad idea, so I don't know why I'm doing that. If you're getting early aggroed, especially if you don't have scouting, you should probably be going into carry production into rails. That's gonna be what I'm gonna say about this, with Assault Pack as well. All right, though, you can make AVs work. Thing is, I need to be able to root my opponent out, like, off of this push really fast, and I really need to not be greedy and bring my carrier back onto the main. And that's what I don't do here. So this is a very, like, disrespectful thing that I'm doing. I don't bring the carrier back down to the main. I want to be like, oh, I can get this one guy mining. It's not worth it, right? Obviously, I may die if I do that. And indeed, that is seeming to be the case here. He's getting a really powerful push onto the base. Doesn't get any salvagers just yet. But turrets are not as strong as they once were. I think you all know that. I am going to get one pick, though. Be able to, you know, head back onto the base. And I do have AV Fab now. But, like, this is definitely a little bit presumptuous of me. And I'm going to let my opponent have another shot at this base if I don't move the carrier back. So just bring this carrier back and you'll be so much safer when you are up against some kind of early aggro. That's the #1 takeaway from this game, I can tell you already. Cookies, though, he hasn't gotten the armor upgrade, so that'd be really good for him to have. He's got the money right now, so I'd love to see him click on that. But you see, he's committing further. He's not getting fleet cap, or he got fleet cap 45, not getting ref mode. And he wants to keep pushing. Oh, and those salvagers getting really low. This turret kind of put down under duress. It's not in a very good spot. And you can see I'm going to have to smoke and back away. I may lose salvagers anyway. Really, really close. So we're cutting it pretty darn close there. Again, I really just should bring this carrier back. I don't know what I'm thinking, but it's a little bit messy. Uh-oh, salvagers got to pull off the line. They're in danger. Ugh. Support cruiser's taking shots too now, and that's really terrible if I lose that. Again, wouldn't it be nice if there was a unit here that could tank all of this and also damage the assault ships and heal things? It's almost like carrier with power 1 would be good here. So I have no idea what I'm doing. I must have been having like an aneurysm while I played this game, but you know. This is at least a good call to bring these guys back up to the main, to the second instead, where they're able to mine a bit safer. But there are skims there, and he's doing a good job to keep pressure on them as well. Uh-oh, Salvager gonna go down here. I think that's actually the first that I've lost. We're gonna lose the logistics module too, but he's gonna push in for blood. Like, if he wants to, he gets this support cruiser now. Uh-oh. And now finally we're pulling the carrier back and conglomerating to one base. But like, why did I not do that earlier? It kind of boggles the mind. Cookies, meanwhile, sitting on a bit of a float here, so he could work on his follow-up a little bit, but he is going ref mode now. Bringing his PC back home, that's going to be very good. And I've always said, guys, if you're ahead, you know, go ahead and try teching air. It's a really powerful tech, right? And indeed, that is going to be Cookie's choice in this game. Silver lining to this cloud, we do still have the base runner, so we can set down another turret. And now that we're finally bringing our carrier back to the main base, a little bit less likely that we'll get our salvagers wiped, but really, really messy start for me, as you can tell. Oh, these guys are going to dump CUs as well. Oof. Feels bad, man. But we lost the SC, which means that we went for an early eco play, and we did not get anything from it. So, if we're going to get back into this game, we're going to have to... Well, Cookies is going to have to make mistakes, and we're going to have to capitalize on them perfectly. Missile Ship Fab comes out from Cookies first, actually. So actually, now that I look at this, I don't like it. He should just go for air instead. And if he has the air, then my air has got to be afraid of his. So maybe I'm remembering things wrong. I guess he didn't go for air off of this. Yeah, going for missile ships just loses tempo, really. Not to mention, he's going to have good scouting on me forever, because he's got the field control, so he gets to see what we're doing. Actually, this game was played like 4 or 5 days ago, but yeah. This is a replay of it, right? So, but yeah, he should probably just be going for Interceptor Fab instead, but like, this is okay. The other thing he wants to do is get another PC. You can see he's got that on the queue. I'm desperately trying to build up another support cruiser here, but like, this is tough. And teching to something else would be good too, because these AVs are not going to win. They're not going to get rid of these assault ships for me, especially with all this armor that he's got. So I should really tech to rails or tech to air. I'm kind of not doing anything good here. Yeah, and like, I don't know why I want to push out here. Like, I'm not going to have field control. I should just know and just let him like have control of the map for now. Armor 3 coming out for Cookies. I like it a lot. Yeah, if we were to tech rails here, maybe we'd be okay. Because now, we can actually bully these assault ships. Obviously, AAV rail is just a very strong combo in general. And then maybe we can actually start having some push against them, although we'd need to tech missile batteries as well. But like a full armored core, that sounds kind of nice. And now, see, I'm trying to set up onto my second again, but I didn't bring the carrier, so once more, he's just going to push me off here, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking is going to happen here. This is a little bit int, but... Another PC pops for Cookies. He's going to move out onto his second base. That is third, actually, getting saturated now by this PC here. We lost an AV, too. Ow. I mean, that felt a bit unnecessary, didn't it? Support Cruiser comes back to the main, though. We've now got 2 turrets, but again, they're both in kind of bad positions. They don't cover much unless he's already diving in. Power 1 finally getting teched. Like, why is this taking me so long to do these things? This is pretty int. Oh, you're just missing me showing how not to play Coalition. I should just stick to Galzian. But still no air tech from him, so that's pretty handy for me. Oh, what the... Oh, dear, what's going on over there? Something weird happening on this side. I do have missile battery fab teching now because I'm worried about air. But imagine if I had rail tech, right? Because when I have rail tech now, I can finally actually push these assault ships away from me and actually start to gain control of the field again. Silver lining to this cloud. No artifacts. He hasn't gone for that yet. Interceptor tech on the way now, though, and I'm really going to need to hold on to those missile batteries for dear life, because I'm going to need them. If I let any missile batteries die, in other words, this might just be game over. If Cookies was on top of it, though, he could actually have already come in with air and killed me. And so I was thinking he must have some tech coming to kill me, like Con of Siege, but he doesn't actually yet. Starting to detect power reserves, though, is he? And indeed, that kind of carry would be pretty scary in this situation. Ow, I didn't smoke this guy, so we're just gonna lose him for free. Carrier kind of needs to push on this, but like, if I keep trying to fight AAVs versus assault ships, I'm eventually gonna lose every fight. Because assault ships, when they get massed up, are better, like in a critical mass scenario. These two guys coming in for the flank is really, really nice as well. And again, these turrets are not going to cover me until I pull off the base, so he kind of has... Like, I don't have good turret positioning here, so that's really nice for him as well. And then I'm going to take fighter and gunship. Ugh, that seems really bad. If I got anti-air, why am I teching air now, right? Doesn't that seem just kind of counterproductive? So what I should do instead is tech to either rails or assault cruisers, but... we're gonna have to pull these guys off the line. Again, though, I said we have a lot of turrets here, so once we pull back, he won't be able to, like... he won't be able to do a huge amount of damage, but if he stays here, he can actually hold me off this base for a while, and I'm gonna have to go deal with it. Now we can go back. But he's gonna set up another push over here onto this side. Oh no, and the missile battery! Yeah, see, like, I really can't let this guy be hanging like that. This missile battery may die here, and that really just can't happen. Carry block is good, though. Okay, so we're gonna keep that missile battery alive. We actually take a decent fight here, but I could have smoked this AV and kept him alive. And, oh my gosh, we're still not back on the main. Okay, there we go. Interceptor tech is done, though, and I don't have that much anti-air. And now that we've got fighter and gunship, yay, but it's not great, is it? Yeah, I don't know. This doesn't look good. It's not looking good, fleet. We're gonna need to get an anti-air turret post set up stat. Oh, but if I set up a turret, that's gonna put it on cooldown. So once I see these guys, I really need to cancel this order. Oh no! If I go and set down that turret, that's so int. No, Bozo, don't do it! Ah! Oh no. That's really unfortunate for me. I wasn't watching this guy, so he set down the turret already. That being said, this many turrets is pretty good for defense, but how am I ever gonna launch this strike fighter? So that brings me back onto one base again, and then Cookies can get another PC, unlock his carrier, drive out, and finish the game. That's kind of, I think, what we're looking at right now. I was optimistic, though. This, I mean, in a practice game, I would probably GG at this point. But again, I'm playing for the undefeated in group stage title, you know what I mean? Like, I've got to keep going. Whoa, zoomed in pretty far onto that guy. We've got smoke this time, so these guys should stay alive. Right? Oh, okay, we didn't need it, actually. That's pretty good to save it, then. But I mean, I committed to fighter and gunship. I really have to keep building them. This guy should be on our use, probably. But this is going to be a real tough game if we're going to find our way back into it. Strike Fighter's gonna do their thing here, but I need to be careful because if the interceptors launch, you know, they could go for a kill here. And they are launching now, but it looks like I'm gonna get out of here for free. Didn't even get hit by that missile ship. This guy's alone though, and he could actually be sniped. So that's a little bit unfortunate for me. You know what, though? This game actually really inspires me to learn how to play Coalition for real, though. Because, it's a lot of fun, like... I'm looking at it and I'm seeing all these, like, cool things that I could do, and I'm not really doing them right, but... Coalition's a fun faction, you know? Well, I'm gonna launch the Strike Fighters now, because he's docking. It's a window that I could maybe get something done here. Really good move for him, though, is to start getting artifacts out. And he has that PC, so now his carrier can move too. He should start teching power upgrades, and oh my gosh, he's tech to fleet cap 105, and I'm still on 40. That tells a lot of the story, doesn't it? I mean, The units lost tab looks actually okay for me. In fact, I'm winning in that metric, but he's been on 3 base this whole time, so he's got a huge army. And he's playing it passive, but I don't hate that. You could easily lose the game by playing a little bit too aggressive. He's holding me off my 3rd, that's all he really needs to do. Really good missile ship positioning too. I can't really push on this because I don't know what's in the fog of war. And he has rails coming out, so... This is exactly what Cookies wants to do to finish this game off. I'm going to start teching into ACs. Ugh. That would have been good like 4 minutes ago, or 10 minutes ago, let's say. But now it's a little bit late. Big push coming over here on the flank. He wants to pressure the main again, but he also at the same time is going to want to pressure onto the carrier, so this is really good. Obviously, you can see what's happening here. He wants to fold me like an accordion, push me back onto 1 base. And that's exactly what he wants to do. And that carrier getting its power upgrades is really important as well, because if he has those missiles to just constantly do attrition on me, I'm probably not going to be able to hold him off. That being said, I do have the strike fighters, so we're going to hold this fight off pretty decently well, I think. Oh no, no smoke though. What am I doing? Ah! Okay, there we go. He smoked the salvagers. I should smoke again right now. Because I really can't afford to lose salvagers here, right? Oh. But something's happening on the other flanks. This SC popped into a bit of danger here, but... I know, right? It's just freaking beautiful. And not only that, but it plays well. I mean, look at this freaking game. Did I just docked, I guess. Oh yeah, because I was using those guys against the assault ships. But you can see what I mean, right? Like, I have to be pushed off a second. So even though, yeah, you're right, I did defend pretty nicely over here, it doesn't matter, I lost the 2nd base anyway. Interceptor's gonna fly into some anti-air here, so this is pretty good for me. If I can keep this base runner alive, that'd be nice, but he's got a very dominant position. And I talk about rail rushes, where if you can get this hill, you probably win. It still applies here, right? He's got this hill, and so what he could actually do is tech range calibration, and then his railguns can reach all the way back here. It's insane from that hill. So, like, yeah, that's a death sentence for sure, right? He's not going to do that, though. He's giving me a bit of a chance here, so I can come up here and try to snipe some of these rails, but he does have interceptors. I need to be worried about the launch. Oh, they're already launched, actually. I managed to get no rails and then lose all of them to missile ships. That's alright. That's pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, you can see now it's getting a little bit more dire with every passing moment here. And him being on 3 base, he can take trades much better than me. Oh, I don't know. I think you did fine here. Well, see, amazingly, the rails didn't actually die there. But, the thing is, all you've got to do is just kind of sit here and keep spamming missiles in, right? And eventually I'm going to be hammered to death. And the money advantage just grows and grows, so kind of siege popping out, like, as if he even needs that, right? That's just going to be the final nail in the coffin. He actually killed an SC, I don't know if you noticed that. And there's really just nothing left to defend here. But I don't understand. I paid him to let me win this game, so... Anyway, kind of siege popping out now. And that's certainly going to be the GG for me. I'll shout some Masonic slogan and jump out the window, but he's probably not going to let me live. And, these rails. Just gonna keep hammering in onto this carrier. And that should be the end of it. Oh, hey, no, we have an assault cruiser. We can still win. No, we definitely can't. Not to mention these two, the hit squad waiting on the side to just double barrage, which would finish it off. It's well done. I mean, it's a good game. Yeah, do it. Come on, do it. You know you want to do it. Yes! Oh, I GG'd? No. That's so lame. Anyway. But there goes the undefeated run. Unfortunately, I did not go undefeated in group. In fact, it was Cookies to take a game off of me. So well done to him. That brings the scoreline to 1-1. And that is the last series we have to cast in the group stage so far. What a freaking marathon. But thanks, guys, for joining me. I think that will be the end of the stream now. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'll catch you later.